Hi, my name's Claire Clotty. You're watching season 2 of So He Says, brought to you by Brothers with No Game. I'm here with a panel of exquisite gentlemen. I have Jimmy over here. I have Reuben and of course Gris.
That's like grizzly Chris. It's because of the beard.
Yeah,
I like Gris.
I'm gonna say it again.
No,
yeah, you're gonna.
Let's go with
He's
that.
happy with Gris.
I like Gris. I've been called worse.
We're going to be discussing dating on this episode of So He Says. Fellas, I want to know who should make the first move?
The man.
Wow.
Here again. Seriously,
The man should make the first move.
tables haven't turned. The tables haven't turned.
So, no, we talked about marriage last time, and marriage, you said, no, you will not accept a proposal from a woman. You're still there.
Yeah. You know what? Let yourself be known, but after that, let me take the reins, please.
Why?
Because I'm the man. Simple. That's what it
There's
boils
so
down
much
to.
silence here in the studio.
Below.
Please
Yeah,
comment below.
like, no, seriously. Like, I don't like being hounded by women, for one. Just don't like it. Not comfortable with it. And yeah, I want to be the one that kind of like wins you. Like I want to play.
You want
that
to go
game.
after the prize.
Yeah,
You want to
play
do the
that game.
chasing.
Yeah, I want to play that game.
The game.
Yeah, it's a game.
The game. Chris, come in with your psychology, please.
It's fine. It depends how it's done when she makes the first move. So, if guys like humour, as we know, guys like banter, and if you're going to make the first move and you can do it in a way which involves humour and banter, the more the better. For example, there's a very, very simple one which I teach, if you can call it teaching.
Teach. Oh dear.
Here we go. Now, this is all you have to do. You see him. The question is always, why is the guy staring and not doing anything?
Rejection hurts.
Right. So women have to
I'm going to actually have to do that, Jimmy. I'm actually going to have to do that.
So here is a very, very delicate paralinguistic way of not being rejected. As long as you see him watching you and you catch his eye line, this is all you have to do. I'll do it to camera, it'll be very cheesy, but this is all you have to do. All you do is, that's all you do. You basically say...
Start beef.
Offer man out.
What?
Wait for it. You didn't see the full paralinguisticness of it. What? And you smile. It's a what are you looking at? Smile.
Oh, so it's like a flirty, like,
There you
I
go.
see you, you
I
see
see
me.
you watching me.
Wagwan,
I know you're
wagwan beef.
watching me, and it's as simple as that. And then that allows us to get over the reins of Jimmy's issue, one of his issues, which is that you then can take the reins.
Yeah.
Ladies, you got this.
Yeah. Do you know what I love about that? Chris said the same thing as me. He just said it with bigger words. Let yourself be known. It's the same thing.
Just as a disclaimer, I never agree with anything Jimmy said.
I know.
Everything.
That's the funniest thing.
Ever.
Everything.
This is great.
And I never agree powerfully. sorry.
Reuben.
I think, in regard to who should make the first move, it's who is the least broke. because I've learned the hard way. I've made the first move. Okay, now what we doing? Nothing, because I've got no money for anything. So, firstly,
That's a whole time
also,
frame.
if you're both on par, like if you're both doing all right, I think girls can make moves, guys can make moves. It's either or, man. I'm just from the school of thought that if you want something to happen in life, you've got to make a move on anything.
Okay, talking about finances. What he really thinks, brought to you by Chris over there.
Grizz.
Grizz.
What he really thinks.co.uk.
Okay.
Love it.
You know he really likes you when he tells you how much money he earns. At what point in the dating process should a man reveal how much he really earns? And if he does reveal how much he really earns, does that mean he really likes you?
No. If he thinks you're a gold digger or you're a type of woman that's attracted to money and he knows that he's got no game, he will tell you how much he earns to reel you in. It doesn't have anything to do with how much he likes you. A man who makes a lot of money may not tell you at all, ever, because he doesn't ever want that to be a factor.
Jimmy said that with all sorts of seriousness
We were
right
so
there. Like,
quiet. We respected
like,
that.
let's take that
That
in.
oratory.
Just know.
That regal oratory. It's like you spoke on behalf of us. Like, I don't feel I have the right to speak about
Sorry, bro.
Reuben, any additional thoughts?
Well, with someone like me, you need to know straight away, don't you? Really?
That you're
if you want
rich?
this to continue, I mean, I'm working towards a lot. So bear with me, innit, sister. No, but if I was earning Big P, I just don't. I just think it's just it's a bit cheesy saying yeah I'm balling yeah man, because I'd feel like I'm lacking in other things.
Exactly.
Jimmy, I'm going to go back to you for a minute. If she asks you how much you earn, are you going to tell her?
Why is she asking? What bearing does it have? I don't understand.
She wants stuff, Bridget.
She's just interested.
She wants shoes, bro. Weaves.
It's part of who you are.
See, I'd never give
Isn't
it.
it?
No, it's not. It's nothing to do with who you are. Because
Okay.
if the world's banks crash tomorrow and we're all taken back to the Stone Age, how much you earn means nothing. It's got nothing to do with who you are. Because money comes, money goes.
Yeah, bruv, yeah.
It does. Money comes, money goes. Like there's times where I'm
Money don't
flush.
mean nothing.
There's other times where I'm broke. But my character and who I am doesn't change in that. Like I am still who I am. If she's got a stone solid reason for asking that question that I agree with, then yeah, let's have that conversation.
What could that reason be?
I don't know.
Well, just to add some context to that question, it came about, funny enough, because culturally this is a very different, the answers are very different, or at least where people are coming from, because what I found was Americans, people from North America, let's say, are actually quite open with how much they earn. It's no
They
big,
speak about it differently though. They speak about their credit score.
right. They speak about their credit score. They speak about what cars they're gonna get and what bracket of car that's in. They talk very, very openly
Well,
about
early
that.
stages of courting.
Absolutely, and the reason why is because the woman wants to know that you can quote unquote afford her lifestyle, basically. So there's no funniness. She doesn't want to be paying
I
for
respect
lots of-
that, man.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
and guys want to know because they want to know if you're a gold digger. They want to know if you're intellectually up to par. I think maybe that's got a lot to do with Americans as well. They equate, and all our US viewers, please tell me if I'm wrong in this, but they equate earning power to intellect. If you're earning a certain amount, you must have went to college, you must have certain degrees. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So that's where that comes from. Whereas in the UK, to ask someone, yes, how much money are you making? That's not going to go down too well.
I want to ask, in this day and age, in Britain, in England, in London, in this very central London studio, are we still at a place where dating multiple women at the same time is frowned upon?
You'd have to ask the women.
Great answer. Moving on.
As a man, dating multiple women is a great and fantastic idea. But that joke thing that goes around that says never put all of your women together, because like eventually they cause a chemical reaction that isn't favourable to you.
Are you okay, and do you expect for women who you've not made your exclusive girlfriend to be dating lots of other men?
I do. Yeah, if we're not committed, then I'd be very much open to the idea that you are doing what you're doing. And until I ask, we can have that conversation. But that's a story, different story in itself, isn't it? Then I ask, then we have the conversation, or I just leave it and then we keep it moving. And also going back to your initial question, I do think for the most part it is frowned upon whether a guy or a girl is seeing more than one person at the same time. I think for the most part it is. I mean, it happens, and I think everyone should just be honest about it if that's their thing. If not, if you lie, it's all going to come crashing down.
And burn.
Drops mic.
There is a slight aside to that, because we're forgetting that people's feelings get involved even when you are very blatantly honest. I remember a friend of mine who very early on in the courtship, why am I using 1920s words to describe?
Because you are Chris.
To describe, well, let's get away from that. They were hooking up.
Hooking up. Even that one's a bit expired, but anyway.
Let's take it to the streets. They're hooking up. I love you, man.
That's why I'm here. So I remember somebody telling me a story. Let's pray she's not watching either. She said to the guy, "So, what's the situation with you? Are you seeing other people?" And he went, "Yeah, of course I am. Aren't you?" She went, okay, so you are. Okay, cool. Then proceeded to not be too happy later on down the line when it became clear he really was seeing other people.
What?
Yeah, and this was
People
a very...
tell themselves stories, don't they, in their head?
And it's difficult when you're that person's friend as well, because at that moment, when you're told this story, you want to, as a man, go, well...
He told you.
He told you. I can't even be angry with this man. As much as I don't like him because he obviously played around with my friend, but he actually told
But did he
you.
play around if he told her from the jump? He's not playing around, is he?
Well, this is... exactly. He tells you straight away, okay? Don't drink that, it will poison you.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
So, and then it's very difficult to work out how you then
Still drink it.
and how you then counsel that person whilst they're choking.
You're dating, because this is all about dating, and you're dating a woman who is over the age of 30, and she reveals that she's been single for quite some time. Is there a stigma attached to women over the age of 30 who have been single for a long time?
You do a criminal check straight away, don't you? Usually.
Yeah. Have you been inside?
Yeah.
Apparently there's a drought out here. So,
A drought of what?
men, or good men, so to speak. So, yeah, it happens.
It's a drought of good dick.
Yeah. So, it would, to me personally, wouldn't bother me. Like, it happens. I've got no qualms with it. Yeah, I'd rather know that than know, hey, you know what? I've been swapping dicks every 6 weeks.
Wow.
What big dick. I can't speak on behalf of any other human being than myself, and I wouldn't necessarily jump to the conclusion that there's a stigma or there's something wrong with her. It would just be a void of information that needs filling, so I'd just find out why. That's
Okay.
it. But I do think, for the most part, there is a stigma. There is, for the most part. Unfortunately, I think there is. She's 30, she's single. There must be.
She might have been career hunting,
Yeah.
busy,
Yeah.
like life, like, or you may just not have
No,
been in
here's-
that. May have not been in that headspace. Like there's a million and one good reasons,
Yeah.
and there's those few not so good reasons. Like, but you're kind of hoping it's not the not so good reasons.
Yeah.
Like you're hoping it isn't because she's crazy or she's been in prison or she doesn't communicate well with others. Like
Or all of the above.
yeah, all together as one. But generally, it's like I said, asking questions, isn't it? You ask
Yeah.
questions.
Yeah,
What's
you
your
find out.
reasons?
This is like, you get
Like
to know
she might have
somebody, man.
perfectly good reasons.
Mm.
Not everyone's into relationships or
Yeah, that's another
found
thing
that
as well.
person that they've blended with over all these years.
Like, so many people think all women just want relationships. That's the most audacious nonsense I've ever heard in my life. There's some women out here that don't want to be with you, bruv.
Yeah,
She's got
At
things
all.
to do.
At
But you
all.
think you are.
At
Do you know
all.
what I mean?
Like you serve a purpose.
Yeah, she might have work, she might have kids, she just might like experiencing life. It's not about you.
Wow. Who
Definitely.
pays on the first date?
Always the guy. Always should be the guy, in my humble opinion. Sorry.
I don't know
Always,
why I'm smiling, but I am.
Yeah.
But I'm
Director.
just...
always the
Because
guy.
you heard him say always the guy.
No, I'm just
Oh my God.
absorbing what Chris is saying.
And the reason why is fundamental. It helps the guy, to be quite honest with you. Because
Wow, not even because of earning potential and the disparity in pay, gender pay here in the UK, but because it helps the guy, Chris. Chris, you were here.
No.
Now, Chris, you're
No.
here.
Keep running, bruh. Keep running.
Let's hear me out. Let's
Yeah,
hear me
yeah.
out. If you meet someone for the first time and you're about to go out to dinner with them, as the guy, you should pay, because once she tells you she wants this, she wants that, she likes this, she likes that, she's actually dropping a few hints and clues. to you.
Information gathering.
Very, very key information.
I've just been
gathering.
reading up on big data as well.
Again, nothing that Jimmy Swagger says I endorse. And that information gathering is actually going to help you later on down the line, not only for things
It's a
like
hoodwinker.
Valentine's
I
Day,
see.
not only for things, just general things, where to go to eat, what she actually likes when she's out. Do you see what I'm trying to say? So actually helping yourself is helping her at that initial stage.
Can I just ask you, Chris,
Yes,
then,
please.
do you think that a lady who doesn't expect you to pay sets a precedent and therefore sets a standard in the ongoing relationship whereby a guy could potentially not come forward and
Yeah.
contribute as much as he can or wanted to because he thinks she's able?
Yeah, this is where hopefully the argument goes full circle, because in you offering to pay, in you perhaps even insisting to pay, you see what her reaction is to that. Because I've been in a situation where we were out. We had no conversation about who was going to pay, who wasn't going to pay. The bill came. I immediately take out my wallet to pay. She's like, no, I've got this. And then obviously we had a bit of a back and forth, and then I could see like she was really insistent because she chosen the restaurant and it was quite expensive, I'm not gonna lie. And I knew from then, and that was a clue to me that, you know what, this is a very strong-minded person. Because even in a very calm, relaxed atmosphere, if she feels very principled enough to say, I'm going to do something, she's going to do it. Just shut up, dude. Do you know what I mean? That's
information gathering.
Information gathering. So that's why it helps both of you.
If I had money, I always pay. I always pay. It's like,
What, for the sandwich?
well, might
Split it
get
up.
one of those. You know, got boiled eggs in print with the crest. That's nice. I'll always pay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll always pay. Although there are times when I'll go out with a girl and she'll be like, no. And there's a girl that's actually like, if I offer, she's like, what? You don't think I've got my own money? And she will always say that, right? But I will never stop offering because it's programmed in me. Even though I know, because the second I stop doing that, then I feel like I'm getting comfortable, and that's just not my stuff.
I don't think a man should always pay on the first date.
Wait,
Sorry, I did this really bad nasal stuff.
but with it,
Like, we're all humans, so sometimes it is nice to just let someone treat you and see what it's like to be treated. A first date is definitely it's definitely about psychology. Because that first date, you're sitting there trying to figure out if you like this person, if you don't like this person, what it is you don't like about them, and getting to see things like that. Like, are you irritated about small things like paying for the bill? Like, you want to gauge that from early. It's good to know these things. It's like I used to do something ridiculous where I used to force women into arguments early in a relationship, just to find out how you handle yourself in an argument. Like,
But if
you
a woman
start
did
romance
that,
off with beef.
but no, it's yeah. There are these things that you these little games you play, and unfortunately, the first date is a game. Like, I've sat there on a first date and watched someone texting away all the way through the date, and all through my mind, I was thinking she's paying for her own food.
What I'm going to do is go back to being at the dinner table and in conversation on that date, getting to know each other.
At dinner table.
At the dinner table, picture it. You can see the candles. You can see her outline, glow, ambience, all
What
of
we
that
eating?
thing.
What we
You're eating seafood, you know, all of that aphrodisiac, shellfish, and you're having a great conversation. Is it okay to start talking about exes?
Why not? Depends. I'd say it depends on the level of that type of conversation. If you're just talking about, well, you know what, this one time, like, say for instance, you're sitting down talking about holidays, and then someone might say, you know what, me and my ex, we went to such and such a place, it was lovely, da 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 da. Like, that's cool. If you're sitting there going, you know what, and there was this one time he bent me over, and, you know, like,
in this restaurant toilet.
Or this is where we used to come to all the time. It's funny you brought me here. We used to come here all the time. All the waiters know me. I'll ask them to order the special drink that I used to get for him. Maybe not. But to talk about life experiences, what's built you and brought you to this point in a respectful manner, no problem with it whatsoever.
Chris, I'm sure that you agree with many of the things that Jimmy says on this one, because he's brought psychology into it.
As we
Replay the audio sting.
replay the audio, hashtag nothing Jimmy says. Grizzle agrees with. Anytime you're going to bring up X, it can only be, and this is just my rule, it can only be if your lady has brought up X, her ex, and you're juxtapositioning a similar story.
So the lady is allowed to bring up her ex?
There's
It's
nothing
appropriate?
There's nothing inappropriate about bringing up an ex in my book. It's just that as a guy, just to bring it round full circle again, just be careful what you say in response to that.
One thing to shut down a date.
One
thing that will shut down the first date, that will make never a date ever occur again. One thing.
Pulling out a cock.
Pulling out a what?
A cock.
Oh.
Do you know what I mean? Like, we talked about this earlier on. That was shut down my date, mate.
At first I thought a cork, you know.
So I was like, then why is he complaining about
let
that?
me do that. All right,
Oh,
so,
man.
right.
Anti-phallus for me, please.
Rudeness. I'd go with
That kind of rudeness?
No, that's just pornographic. I don't even understand why.
No, because we brought that up earlier on. That's immediate shutdown, isn't it?
Who would whip out there on the... Who do you date? Rudeness.
Rudeness. One thing, Jimmy. One thing.
Bad language.
Oh, God.
Bad language.
Yeah, something about swearing just
Turns me on.
stops me dead in my. I had someone drop the
Oh, I like
C
that,
bomb
babe.
3 times on a first date,
Wow.
and the first time I was like, didn't say that. Second time I was like, okay, she's comfortable saying that. Third time I was like, right.
This is not happening again.
And literally for that, she firmly got locked in the purgatory of the friend zone in that moment.
Wonderful stuff. You have been watching season 2 of So He Says, a dating with Jimmy, Reuben, and Gris. And of course, myself, Claire Claudy.